Hi everyone, welcome to Tech with Ria. Hope you all are doing well. So, in the previous video, we have seen the basic understanding of Tosca automation tool, like what it is exactly, and the advantage of using Tosca over other tools. And we have also seen the installation and license creation part, and how we link the license to our Tosca tool. And lastly, we have also covered the part where we created our first workspace. So I hope it was clear for you guys. And if any of you have not seen that video, so for you guys, I'll be adding that link in the description of this current video. So you can directly go there and watch it and understand the basics. So in this video, we will be learning about the module section in Tosca. तो इसमें हम देखेंगे कि मॉड्यूल्स एग्जैक्टली होते क्या है एंड हम कैसे मॉड्यूल्स को क्रिएट करते हैं लाइक हाउ डू वी क्रिएट दैट बाय यूजिंग XScan wizard and then we will be covering identification methods in Tosca. तो ये वीडियो थोड़ा लेंदी होगा not too much but I'll make sure that I will explain you everything step by step and in an easy manner for you to understand. So बिना किसी डिले करे let's get into what are modules first. So I will be telling you basic understanding about what module is first. So module is nothing but it is used to identify the elements of an application. So in simple meaning अगर मैं बोलूँ तो it contains the technical information of UI elements. Now these elements are buttons, text boxes, drop downs, links, etc. So to show you that, देखिए on this page you have different elements or controls. You can also call them controls. Now elements are like these links, buttons, text box, radio buttons, all these things that are clickable over here. Okay, everything. Add to cart is one element. These things are links and these are another element. So everything over here is an element or control. So what module is that? It will contain the technical information of these elements. Okay. And with that it will make the elements uniquely identifiable. So what are these technical elements? So for example, if you come into this register and click on inspect. So this is just a DOM. It will show you the technical details about this particular module. You can see it has href, class. Different elements has different attributes. Like some has ID, type, div tags, classes, style, title, everything. So all these attributes are nothing but the technical information of each element here. So all these technical details will be placed inside a module. And based on these technical details, it will make the item be unique. Now unique in the sense, if this register is present over here, so ऐसा कोई register दूसरा यहाँ पर है या नहीं है, to make it unique. So when you create any modules or test cases, so you need the item to be unique, right, when you're working on it. So if there are multiple, then obviously system will be confused to work on which one. Suppose there are two register over here. तो सिस्टम को कौन से वाले पे क्लिक करना है. सो इन ऑर्डर टू verify that properly you need to have this item uniquely identified, so that will be done in modules. Okay, modules are the foundation of test cases. So when you created your what do you call workspace, this was the page that opened, right? Something like this. You saw different sections over here. So ये modules is the foundation of all these sections. So without modules you cannot work on test cases or any of these. So based on these modules you will be dragging these onto your test cases and then you will be providing the values over there and you will be running them or execution जो भी है वो यहाँ पर करोगे. So all that will be done based on your module creation. So this is considered as the foundation. And without modules we cannot automate anything. That is pretty self-explanatory. Next comes the part 2 where we will be discussing about XScan. So as I mentioned earlier, it will be capturing, like modules will have all the details of each element, right? So how it will have it? By using XScan. So XScan is a test scanning engine. Okay, ये एक अलग सा window है, or you can say XScan wizard. So by using this XScan will capture all the elements and the technical information of that elements, and it will create a module based on that. So see, it is used to, you can see here, capture elements, identify the controls, identification process, as I said, making them unique and all. That will also be done by the XScan itself, and then we'll be saving this as modules. So this is the brief understanding of what are modules and what is an XScan. So now I will show you on the tool, like how you can create a module and how XScan is used to capture the elements and identify them and make them unique and all. So it's pretty simple. It's how you understand it in a way, it makes it pretty simple actually. So try to understand it, and yeah. So जैसे ही when you come to this page on the Tosca commander module section में, you can see, okay, let me first show you where XScan is. XScan यहाँ पर है. So when you click on modules, ये जो scan यहाँ पर दिख रहा है, this is XScan on the ribbon bar over here. And you can directly click on this and you can open this for all these different methods, but for now we will be just seeing application because we are just working on this UI application, right? So before that, first we will be creating a simple folder for us to add all those modules inside that folder to not get confused. So क्या करना है, just right click and this box click करने पर you will come over here. So you can just rename that. You can provide any name. Like for now I will be giving module demo. आप कुछ भी दे सकते हो, but it should be something related to your application that you are using. So since we are using demo web shop over here, you can also give it that name. But for understanding sake, मैंने already एक one create कर रखा है, तो I just gave it this one. Now there are two ways that you can open your XScan window. Okay. Now the first way is how I showed you on this ribbon bar. If you just click on this and click on application, it will open. And the second method is when you come into the folder that you have just created, you come over here and the same thing will appear over here. Right click on that and it will show scan, and all the same things that we have just seen over here, it will be visible here. From here, if you click on application, the same thing will be open. So you just click over here, click on scan and application. For the first time users, it will take some time to load, so you just need to wait for that. Okay, so once it has loaded everything, यहाँ पे सारे आपके जो भी open applications होंगे, those will be visible, and you need to select the one which you are going to scan. Okay, so this is one which is I'm going to use for this. Either you can double click or you can scan. Click on scan over here. Either way will work. And then it will take some time. So this is your XScan window. This is how it is going to look like. So when you see here, ये जो पेज जो ओपन है पीछे, यहाँ पे सारे जो भी एलिमेंट्स होंगे ना, register, login, this image, all these links, these every element has been captured over here. If you scroll down and check, let me maximize this. See, register, login, everything that is present on that application is showing up here. So basically what it has done, this XScan has scanned your elements, and the technical properties that I have mentioned you, sare technical details will be seen here. See, if you drag this properties, if you come here, you can see the technical properties. Right now it's showing only 4, but you can load all of those from this menu and load all. So it will load everything about each and every element का सारे technical details यहाँ पर show करेंगे. So okay, So अभी हमें क्या करना है? I want to scan this register for now. So I can simply click over register here. And ये क्या करेगा? It will be selected. And to minimize this, to just see what you have selected, you can move this backward, one step back, and you can see whatever you have element you have selected, it's showing here. Now the main part is that I mentioned about making the element unique. So to check that, you can see bottom left में there is a message showing like the selected item is unique. मतलब अभी ये item unique है, so you don't need to make any changes. You can simply click on save here and it will be saved. Okay, and how it is unique, what technical information it has captured is you can check those over in this technical tab over here. So इस element के लिए इसने inner text और tag के through इसको unique बनाया है. So how you can see that if you uncheck this, see it's in yellow and it shows the selected item is not unique. So यहाँ से आपको जो भी सही लगता है you can select and try to make it unique. Okay, but कुछ भी randomly select नहीं करना है. You cannot select anything randomly. Select those which you feel is the most stable one, stable attribute that can keep the element or maintain the element for a long run. Okay, because ये जो module है ये आप multiple test cases में use करोगे. So you don't want your test cases to fail if tomorrow these attributes are not present or changed there, if their values have been changed. So make sure you're selecting those which can make them unique and also maintain them for your long run test cases. So right now हम कोई changes नहीं करेंगे because it's pretty good. So as you saw, the moment we launched XScan, it has automatically done everything for you. It has made your item unique. It has done pretty much everything is done over here. So you can simply, what you have to do, you just need to click on save here and your module will be created automatically. There will be a message popping up on the bottom right that module saved successfully. मतलब आपका module with register create हो चुका है. So जैसे आपका काम ख़त्म हो जाता है with this XScan window, यहाँ पे close होगा. You can simply click on this and close that. Now you can see the folder के अंदर आपका ये मॉड्यूल जो आपने क्रिएट किया रजिस्टर वो क्रिएट हो गया है. Okay, now since this is unique you can simply drag this and use it on your test cases, provide the values and run them or execute them however you want to do. You can do it. So this is the basic step how you create a module, how you use the XScan for that. अभी फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल मैंने अभी आपको सिर्फ एक ही एलिमेंट का बताया है. यू कैन ऑल्सो स्कैन मल्टीपल एलिमेंट्स. अभी फॉर सपोज आई वांट टू, if I go inside this register tab, there are multiple things here, right? So you need to fill them up. So you can scan all these together at once. So how can you do that? Same, you need to come here, you can click on scan application, but make sure that the screen is open which you are scanning before you launch your XScan. ओके, सो मैं अभी रजिस्टर के अंदर वाले जो एलिमेंट्स है वो स्कैन कर रही हूँ. सो आई हैव दैट ओपनड ऑन माय बैकग्राउंड, राइट? सो मेक श्योर इट्स ओपनड. सो नाउ दिस इज़ व्हाट वी वांट टू स्कैन एंड वी विल जस्ट क्लिक ऑन स्कैन ओवर हियर. अभी ये क्या करेगा, जो भी एलिमेंट्स इस वाले पेज में है इट विल कैप्चर ऑल ऑफ दैट. ओके, again it's the same way what we did earlier but I will show you something different. So see यहाँ पे we need to scan multiple elements, right? वहाँ पे तो we just saw only register one, so it was easy for us to check, click on here and we went through. But since it is multiple you need to go and check one by one and it will take lot of time. So to avoid that there is a functionality select on screen over here, you can see. So once you click on that, wherever you hover your mouse you can simply click and it will be captured here. So I'll just show you that. So I've clicked on this and as you see wherever I'm hovering my mouse that particular area is being highlighted. So that means the moment you click here, that element is being selected on the XScan window. Same way we will go with all other elements that we want to scan. Uh, Something happened. 1 second. One second, guys. Okay, first name, last name, email, password, and confirm password, and then this button. So we have captured all these elements here, multiple, all at once. Okay, so if you want to check where is the item which you have scanned, you can simply click on this one, and highlight selection is another functionality. If you click on that, it will be highlighted, like it will show you where this particular element is located on your application. Okay, so if you click on that again, it will be disabled. So this is how you can scan multiple elements. One more thing, since you can rename your elements here, like the name of your elements, because it is F, it's not explanatory, like not everyone can understand, so we can simply change it to female. So it's easy to know that what it is exactly. Now as you can see, XScan has automatically made all these unique. None of these are not unique. So we are how it has made it unique by using ID and tag. You can check for all of them. It has used the same. So we know ID and tag are the most stable ones, so we don't need to make any more changes over here. We can simply, you can also change the title of this from here itself, or you can also change the title on the module section. I will just give registration details for understanding purpose. And you can click on save here, and it's done with the success message, and we are good to close this window now. Now you see another module has been created inside the folder that we have created earlier, and all these modules are saved here. So you can simply drag them and create your test cases accordingly. So this is how you can create modules, and basic understanding of what XScan is, how it makes identifies those elements. Okay, so I hope it was clear until here. What are modules and what is XScan and how we created them using the XScan windows and everything. So next we will be seeing what are the identification methods in Tosca. So firstly, let me open that XScan window again for you to understand it better. I'll scan the same application. Okay, so when I mentioned identification earlier, so as you can see here, it's showing as identify by properties. So by default, when you open XScan, it is identifying all your elements. It is trying to identify your elements with properties, technical properties. Okay, but not always you can make your elements unique by following this. So हर time ये काम नहीं करेगा. So for that there are different methods, like identification methods, that we follow in Tosca to make our elements unique. So if in case कभी कोई element आपका properties के through unique नहीं हो रहा है, so in that case दूसरे method हम follow करते हैं. So that you can see over here, ये wheel का जो logo दिख रहा है, identify by. If you click here, you can see there are 4 different methods mentioned. So first one is properties, then comes anchor, then image and index. So प्रॉपर्टीज हमने ऑलरेडी देख लिया, हाउ वी मेक elements unique by using properties. We have already seen like how we use technical information. Okay, so at rare cases, if an element is not being able to be identified by this, next best option we go with is anchor. Okay, and image and index are the most rarest one that we use, and uh, actually it is not even recommended by Tosca to use this, as long as you're unable to make them unique by these two. Only then you have to go with this. Otherwise, try to avoid using them and try to make your items unique by these two itself. Okay, so let us learn step by step what it is exactly. I will show you. So first one is okay. So as I said, it is used to uniquely recognize the elements. Okay. So first one, as I said, it is identify by properties. So Tosca identifies an element using the technical properties. Now these technical properties could be ID, name, class, type, title, as we saw. Even when I showed you by inspecting these are the technical properties, right? By using all these properties, we will be finding those items and making them unique. So not just these, there are more. You can load more from here, and you can find more technical details over here, and you can try making your item unique by choosing those, provided they are stable. Otherwise, better go with the second one, which is anchor. So I'll show you what anchor is. Just a moment. Yeah. So let's see first why properties is the default one and best one, is because it is fast and it is stable, reliable, and recommended by tri-scientists. So that is the reason why whenever you open your XScan, it by default tries to identify it by properties. Okay. Then next, the second best option that we use is identify by anchor. So anchor is nothing but if the element itself is not stable, Tosca will try to identify it using a nearby stable element. This is mostly used in the applications which has a dynamic properties, like which is changing every now and then. So I will just show you how we can do that. Suppose, for example, let's just consider three elements. I'll just take randomly select the three elements and I'll go back. Okay, so I have selected these three elements. Okay, so for now I will try to make one of them not in unique. For example, if I make login not unique, so I will just uncheck this. Now it is not in unique. For example, just consider कि ये अभी I'm not able to make this item unique by properties. Okay, just consider this because you will have situations like that. So just for example, just consider that you are unable to make this element unique by identify by properties. So in that case, we will be going with anchor, the second best possible way. So how can you open that is that, so click on the item which is not unique, like I have clicked on login, and I will go to this, and we will be clicking on anchor over here. So box something like this will be open and it will be showing identify by anchor over here. So as we just saw the definition of anchor, it is basically like if an item is not unique or stable by itself, it will take the nearest possible one to make itself unique. So we log in के nearest we have register which is already unique one, right? So by using this register we can make this unique. Okay. So how we can do that? You are already into this. You just need to drag this unique one. Okay, you can simply take this from here and drag it and drop it on this box below this anchor control. Drop it and see the target control was successfully identified. Click the select on screen and select another anchor control. So Okay, ignore that part. So see, you have mentioned register. So based on register, we have made this login unique. But there is a disadvantage. Calco, if this register is not unique, then even this will go back into not unique, because this is dependent on this. So as long as register is unique, your login stays unique. Okay. So once this has an issue, this will also start having issue. Anyway, this is the best second possible way. Okay, and the basic difference that you can identify whether how you have identified this. When you identify any element by property, something, a logo like this will be visible, three lines like this, right? But when you have identified any element by using anchor, a triangular or two line will be appearing here. And you can see relative ID. By using relative ID, it has made this element as unique. So this is how you can make your elements unique by using anchor. So the same thing is mentioned over here. If you see it uses a reference point. That means referencing to register, we have made this login uniquely identifiable. See, when to use this, sorry, when an element properties are dynamic, if the properties are not stable, or if they keep on changing frequently, so you can use anchor. In a complex UI and in SAP or dynamic web applications. So in these things you can use anchor, but basically it will be used when you are unable to identify an element by properties. Okay. Next, let's go to, okay, there is another one, parent. It is not actually showing here, but there is another way that using parent. Okay, let's discuss with the ones that is showing here. I'll show you parent after we complete these four. So, okay. Next, let's talk about index. Okay. So, index in the sense identifying an element by its position number, basically. Okay. See, Tosca identifies an element by its position number. For example, first text box, third button. But this is risky. As I said, index and image are both risky, because I will show you in a very simple way. Let's take these elements over here. So when you're scanning this, you can see computer, 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 computer. There are 4 times computer mentioned. If you want to uniquely identify these, you cannot identify with properties or anchor, because it has mentioned multiple times, or maybe you can. Just for example, I'm telling you, if you cannot, in these cases you use index. So it is rarely recommended to use it, but however, if you use index, so what index does, as soon as you try to identify any element with index, it will choose an element based on its position number. So for example, this is first position that you have scanned. So it based on first element, like first computer. So it based on like first computer, if you select, this one will be identified. So when you click on any, perform any action like click, it will go to the first one where you scanned and it will go. But one major disadvantage is that not always this item will be present on the first position, right? Today it's here, tomorrow it might be here, again it might be here. So obviously applications keep changing, right? You cannot always expect this to be here itself, unless it's a stable application, because mostly they change. So that is why it is not recommended. So as soon as this position changes, your element is not stable anymore, so it's not unique anymore, and whatever test cases you have added that into will be failed. So that is why it is not recommended. Okay, now how you can practically see that, I'll just show you, because I don't think we can find anything unique, but let's see. Let's try with this add to cart only. So there are multiple add to carts, right, on the page we saw. So let me select 3 add to carts and let's just go back. So we have these 3 add to carts. Now there are multiple add to cart here, so we do not know which one to click on, right? So what we will do, we will simply use index on this. How we can do that? You click on this and you click on index. If you are unable to identify this by property and anchor, only and only then you have to go with the last two options. Don't directly go by index always, because that is a bad procedure to follow and it will fail your test cases. So in order to make this unique, you just click on this checkbox and it is unique. 1 of 6. See, the first one of these 6. Tomorrow this won't be in first. What if it is on 5th or 3rd? Your test case will fail. That's why just avoid. Now this is 2 of 6. 3 of 6. So all are these unique now. All of these are unique now. But why? These are not stable. Now how you can find out how you have that you have identified it with indexes? This logo over here, hash logo, will tell you index 1, 2, 3, that you have identified this by using index. Okay, so this was the basic understanding of how you can use identify by index. So why it's risky? If the UI order changes. So as I said, it will change. It might change. If new element is added tomorrow, if a new element is added in between here, so their position will be changing obviously. So that is also one scenario. See, use only if no other option is available. Next, come into image, identification by image. This is the last option, similar to index. Again, Tosca identifies elements using image recognition. It compares the screenshots. So when you can use this, when no properties are available for any element, if there are no technical properties, so then in that case you can make use of image identification, remote desktop Citrix application. So let me show you how we can do this. Let's close this. Okay, let's just remove all, unselect everything here. 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. See, suppose if I want to select any item on the page, I will select on screen. I will take this screen. Okay. Now this is not a unique item. Okay. Now if I want to identify this by image, if none of these two are working, I will just simply click on this one and I will, why can't I, why am I unable to, okay, there is another way, all the changes will be lossless. 1 second, let me show you that from the tool itself. So you have an option to scan using image based here. So when you open something like this will be open and you need to click on scan over here and you will be dragging this image. Okay, please choose the control type button. It is a generic, let's give it generic. Drag the cursor around the area used for, so this one we want to scan and make it unique. Now by using image, what we will do, we will make this item unique by any item which is beside or near to this and which is unique by on its own. So how do we do that? Use image. Okay, we will take register as uh, button to make this item unique. Okay, so the main thing that you need to remember here is you need to make this accuracy to 99 maybe. Okay, I think this should work now. You have used register to make this image unique. So is this item unique now? You can save. So see, this is how you can make the item unique. So basically what this does is when you want to make this image unique, you make use of the nearest control that is unique, and based on that you will try to change it to a unique property or a unique element. So the same thing, we have mentioned here. See, remote desktops, it's a slow process and resolution dependent. So as I mentioned you need to have proper resolution set there, and can fail if UI changes. Again, tomorrow if this image is bit short or it's increased or if it is removed or whatever it is, so then again your test cases will be failed. So use only when nothing else works. So this is the last option for you to use when nothing else works. So one more is left out, identify by parent. So this is very basic. Whenever you want to scan an application, okay, wait. So if you scan any application, suppose if you scanned any element, login, let's take login for now, and see, suppose if this is not unique now, let's make this not unique. So sometimes when these two are not working, properties and anchor, then the third thing you can try to make it unique is by parent, and then comes these two, image and index. Keep them last option every time. Properties, anchor, and then parent. Parent in the sense every element will have a parent and child and siblings, right? So to identify those, like to find those, you can increase this area, and you see login here, you need to find its parent element, okay, by increasing that. So its parent element is this one, I think, yeah. So by using this parent element you can make this child as unique. See, once you clicked on parent, it has made your child unique. One second, let's see if this div works. No, it's not working. So based on, by using the parent element, the child element can be made uniquely identifiable. So that is what is the main functionality of this parent, identify by parent. Okay. So yeah. So yeah guys, this was all about the identification methods in Tosca, and the sequential manner to use this is like this. The recommended sequence manner that you need to use is properties first, then anchor, then parent, then index, and then image. Try to avoid these two as much as possible. If in case you are not able to make elements unique by this, then and only then go with this. Okay, and always try to find the stable technical properties, because the more stable your elements are, the more good your test cases will run, and avoid these two as I mentioned. So yeah guys, I hope you understood the process, like how we create modules and usage of XScan window and all the identification methods. It's a bit lengthy, but yeah, with practice it gets easier. The more you practice and understand these identification methods, it's pretty easy. But 95% of times your elements will get unique by mostly by properties or anchor. In some rare cases, if it won't happen, then you can go ahead with the other available methods. But most of the time, the first two will work. So, and they are pretty much simple to understand. So जितना हो सके आप practice करो different use cases में try to make your elements not in unique and try to find a way to make them unique using all these identification methods. So yeah, if you found this useful and helpful and if अगर आपको थोड़ा भी अच्छा लगा, समझ में आया ये जो भी हमने डिस्कस किया, तो प्लीज़ डू लाइक, कमेंट, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माय चैनल. एंड नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम देखेंगे टेस्ट केसेस सेक्शन. ये टेस्ट केसेस थोड़ा लंबा टॉपिक है, मतलब it is a vast topic and anyway we'll be going slowly on that as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. See you in the next one. Bye bye, take care.